Yo, what's up? My name is RetroPat, and today we get to jump into a very different map visually than what's happening in the tavern, which is kind of nice. I think we've been doing a lot of dark, edgy, angsty, candlelit, spooky type maps. I mean, due to Halloween, it makes a lot of sense due to all the themes and the holidays happening recently. But today, I'm going to jump into Hall of Court, Nightmare, Hardcore, Survival on Mix Mode. Mix Mode might be a little bit of a mistake, but I feel like this will be fun. I haven't played. Look at this map. It's bright, it's sunny, it's cute. It still has a little bit of a Halloween aesthetic going on with the tree branches and the dead trees. It's a cool map that I haven't played in an extremely long time. I don't even know if I've ever... Surely I must have beaten this map on Nightmare difficulty, but I don't even remember it. I don't even remember ever beating this map on Nightmare difficulty. It must have either been super easy or it was so hard I blocked it out. I feel like it must have been pretty easy. I feel like I can't imagine having any problems on this map. Starting on wave 8 with this amount of starting mana might be a greedy mistake, but once again, we'll just have to see, to be totally honest with most things. This, I should be able to do one aura stack, which is amazing, right here in the center. That will just take care of most things in this section, which is awesome. Over here, I don't want to... I don't know if I skip out on one... I think I just do a strength drain, because I think what I want to do is have enough mana to go ahead and go build the tavern things over here. I want to go build a lightning tower on my mage. So we're gonna hop over here. We're jumping straight into things today. We're gonna do this. So the reason I'm even trying to, I guess, to catch people up, the reason I'm even doing this map in the first place, the reason I'm even attempting this, why are you doing this survival? Is it good loot? Is it good XP? Honestly, no, it's really none of that. It's for the survivalist. It's like survival transcendent achievement, something like that. There's an achievement in Dungeon Defenders for completing every single map, I believe, every single mainline storyline map, completing all their survivals. And I think that is one of the coolest things in the world. I love survival. Survival's been my favorite game mode in Dungeon Defenders since I started playing back in like 2011. I think survival is one of the coolest things. I just love tower defense, or like, I guess, wave defense based things. And I think that's something the main storyline in Dungeon Defenders like does a little differently, is that it's only a few waves versus, I'm going to pop my lightning aura here in a quick sec. It's only a few waves, right? Versus this, you just keep going until you lose. I love the idea of just keep going until you lose. This is totally kind of off topic, but I'm sure a lot of you around my age will remember this and relate to this. If you ever played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, I always thought the coolest game mode was the survival game mode in Modern Warfare 3. I think it is super forgotten. It took the place of like Spec Ops / Zombies, if you played those, of course, for that 1 year for MW3. I don't know if it ever came back. I didn't play Call of Duties past Black Ops 2, so maybe it came back and I'm just not aware of it, but I will never forget that MW3 survival game mode. I thought it was the coolest thing, and that was essentially just tower defense in Call of Duty, or at least like surviving waves of an onslaught, right? I thought it was the coolest thing. But pumping upgrades here wherever I can. I probably should be pumping a few more upgrades. These spider webs are a pain. When are spider webs not a pain? Let's be honest. Getting through a bit of damage here, which I don't like to see. Let's try to smack these guys around. Okay, there is a fair bit of damage actually coming through, unfortunately, on this crystal that I want to prevent. We're going to run around and do as much damage as possible. These guys have lightning immunity, so I'll deactivate for a quick sec. Still taking a bit of damage. I'm going to put an upgrade on whatever I can here. Would like to get an upgrade on this lightning tower. Honestly, this is going... Oh my god, this damage, though. That's not good. I was going to say it's going pretty well, but that is too much damage on this crystal. I don't... that is too much damage on this crystal. What is happening? That's not great, but you know what? It's progress. Okay. The unfortunate thing is, this crystal will not get healed, I'm pretty sure, on Nightmare difficulty, which is unfortunate. But at the same time, I'm clearing these out. There's a few more minions left, a kobold even to watch out for. At the same time, one over here. Let's go ahead and I'd rather tank the attack than it hit my towers. At the same time, even though that crystal won't heal, even if I make it to like wave 20 and then lose, I can still restart from wave 20, and then those chests will give me the appropriate amount of mana. The toughest thing when jumping into survival is just making progress, and so you can always continue from a wave you previously did, and now we can kind of just chill. Now we've made it to the next wave, we can chill. We get mythical drops. We're gonna get probably a decent amount. I feel like I remember this with the honestly, I said at the very beginning, that why am I doing this for the XP, the rewards, why not? But honestly, I feel like the XP and such was much better than I expected when I last did a map like this. It was much better than I expected. So maybe it won't be so bad. Maybe there actually will be decent rewards for in terms of XP and stuff. I'll probably bring out multiple characters at some point. Now, I have 100 defense units I'm able to use here. I think I'm mostly just spamming lightning towers for the most part. I could weave that in. I'll get series EV boost beams on these for sure. Let me actually go ahead and do that now, I think. This is a much more chill. The most frustrating part, if you watched last Dungeon Defender episode, boy was I getting frustrated. Like it was a tough challenge. It was ruthless. I was playing a ruthless map, and it was frustrating. The toughest part was just doing everything that I had to do, which was so much. Doing everything I had to do while on that insane time crunch. The timer for that map was, oh boy was it brutal. Boy was it brutal. At least I thought so. Okay, I'm pretty happy about the setup so far. We have tons of time, plenty of mana. I think I'm cool with these lightning towers for now. I'm going to go ahead and start building. I am going to start setting up archer walls, essentially. The question is, how do I want them built? I want them protecting the crystal as much as possible. It's really funny that this crystal actually had no problems. It was literally just the other crystal that encountered a problem. Kind of funny. We'll go ahead and place these like this, kind of just like arches surrounding this crystal. And we'll get to the other one here in a quick sec. All right, this crystal seems protected. We're going to hop over here and do much more over here because this one needs a lot more protection now that it's taken so much damage. And once again, this damage will not heal. So this needs to be properly protected for the next, what is that, 16 waves? We have a long ways to go of protecting this crystal at a lowish amount of HP, unfortunately. So these kobolds will have to be held off. I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to do, I think I'm going to do one archer at each staircase here, just in case something sneaks through. That should be enough. And then same thing, obviously, over here. We have plenty, infinite time. And then, honestly, plenty of minion units, currently at 60 out of 100. This is much nicer to me. This is comfy. I like having plenty of time to strategize in Dungeon Defenders. The time crunch is nice sometimes. Don't always want it. Definitely don't always want the time crunch. But that's also because I specifically chose to do that map on hardcore. I think if you don't, they made an update actually within the past year. It is wild to me. Also, by the way, I'm at episode 159 of this series, which is insane. I've been playing this series and playing Dungeon Defenders and relearning the game from scratch over the past year or so. The amount of updates that this game has had, a 13-year-old game, over the past year that I've been playing, it's crazy to me. It's actually genuinely crazy to me. I'm gonna put one here as well, just for safety reasons. It is genuinely insane to me how many updates this game has had, and I think it's the best Dungeon Defenders game. I mean, I've tried, and obviously I started with this, so I have nostalgia. So is it really the best? I feel that way, but that doesn't make it objectively true, right? Just my personal opinion. I really feel like Dungeon Defenders 1 is the best game. I really, really like Dungeon Defenders 1. I've tried Dungeon Defenders 2. I've tried Dungeon Defenders Awakened. I actually do want to try more Awakened on this channel. If you're interested in seeing Awakened, please let me know. The biggest problem is Awakened just seems like it just seems like Dungeon Defenders 1 minus, like Dungeon Defenders 1, but with less content and less... I don't love it. I don't enjoy it as much. I did do a first impressions review video of that essentially, and I really wanted to enjoy it. Sadly, did not enjoy it. Especially when that game is not cheap. Like Dungeon Defenders Awakened being like $30 or $40 when it's not on sale is ridiculous. That's pretty insane in my opinion. Kind of a milk. I don't know. That's kind of wild to me that it's that price. I think I bought it on sale for $18, and I wouldn't encourage people to buy that. I would rather you just buy the I would recommend you buy Dungeon Defenders 1, like the full DLC pack, while that's on sale for like $10, much cheaper than Awakened or anything else. Dungeon Defenders 2, I do like that Dungeon Defenders 2 is free to play. I do love a free to play game, even if it has like, I don't like obviously microtransactions that help you progress in gameplay, but stuff like that does also allow for free-to-play games to exist. You know, I grew up with not a lot of access to money. Free-to-play games were crucial to me growing up. Obviously, I'm 26 now. I can buy games and be pretty willy-nilly with stuff on Steam, whatever, right? I have that privilege, but I do appreciate free-to-play games because free-to-play games are a lot of what people want when you're getting into video games and when you're a kid, or you're a teenager, or you're tight on cash, right? Free-to-play games are crucial to getting people into video games. So I really do respect DD2 for, I mean, trying to do something with that, but it's not. Unfortunately, I haven't really found a way to enjoy that game, but maybe one day I will find a way to enjoy that game. Let's go ahead and jump over to I have 71 out of 100 defense units here. What do I even jump over to? I'm not even sure. Just back to my mage, place more lightning towers, place deadly strikes. I guess I can do deadly strikes. I'm not even sure what I want to build here, to be totally honest. Let's go ahead and we have our boost beams over here. I think I just do deadly strikes, but I don't really know. I don't have a hard stance here. Do one here. Honestly, not that many defense units. Do one here. Okay. And then right here in the middle, I guess. Okay, sure. That's basically match defense units. That'll do good stuff. I have 5 extra. I do want to use, since it's going to be such a long map, I do want to maximize all my units. So maybe I go ahead and also either build web walls or the like slabs that allows the Series EV to protect. I'm going to try to see if I can build... The problem with web walls is I don't know if they can be positioned... They would probably be hilariously over here. That would be the weird thing. Is that web wall... Yep. Web walls would be over here, weirdly. But I don't know if they're going to actually... What if I do it... Not a seed bomb. I want a web wall. What about just one here? Keep it 2. Let's try to move it a little more in the middle. Web walls are... I really do like web walls. I forget who suggested... It was a while ago when these were suggested to me, I believe. I think it's a very cool tower. The fact that it's only 2 units... the fact that it... Web is just such an unbelievably powerful effect. There's a reason why we as players despise being webbed. It is the most frustrating thing. This one, I could save 1 defense unit. Or just make this one 3. I think that's fun to do that. Okay. I'm really happy with this setup. I'm really happy with this build. Every single build, I think pretty much every single build you see me do on this channel is a RetroPat original. I don't really follow guides when it comes to builds. I like discovering things for myself. Now, I do follow comments, of course, and you guys, I could not be here. I would not be this far without you guys. I would have died. I would have never made it to nightmare difficulty without suggestions of progression and certain things like Monk Aura stacks, for example. Certain things, certain tips and tricks, and then trying to figure out where to place them, how to use them, and just learning from practicing. Learning from failures is a lot of what I do in Dungeon Defenders. Alrighty, tons and tons of yapping today, which hopefully is a good thing. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. If you enjoyed the Dungeon Defenders content, always make sure to leave a like or dislike and subscribe if you want to see more DD content every other day. I believe I'm one of the few. There's a couple other creators that are doing amazing stuff, like I believe Mr. Juicebags, and there's someone else, I always forget their name, but it's amazing guides, much more experienced with the game than I am. There's a few people that are doing constant, you know, daily-ish Dungeon Defenders content, but I always say that I'm one of the few, and I think this game really deserves that much more attention. I think every single game, especially a game as deep and as beautiful as Dungeon Defenders, deserves a daily creator. But before I jump into this next wave, we're fully set up. I think my build is totally complete. I'm going to jump on my other characters. We're going to get every character up and on the map and set up so we can get maximum rewards. I actually feel like the XP that I'll be gaining will not be bad at all. I gained 205k so far, which is nothing crazy, but it's not bad by any means. And I kind of want to... I feel like I should bring out my mage here. I almost want to. Hilariously, it spawned my... Hilariously, it brought my squire in. Why is it on F4? Interesting. I almost want to keep him on, because part of me really wants my squire to be my first level 100 character, but I don't know if it's going to end up working out like that. He's 92 and he's kind of far from things. I think I'll just bring my mage in. The mage is the better play, the more strategic play, so we'll bring him in, set him up over here, and now it looks a lot cleaner for you guys. Don't worry, I would never keep you in that four split screen. You know, split screen content is nice. I miss split screen games with like my brother and stuff. It's kind of a cute thing, but let's be honest, it was super suboptimal. It's super fun, it's super cute. I have a lot of nostalgia. I wish some games were more made for split screen nowadays, but overall, playing on our own screens over the internet, probably better overall. You know, I'm not total boomer head in that regard, even though I do enjoy myself some split screen gaming. I'm gonna go ahead and just basically smack around and spam upgrades. This should be super easy peasy. I can't imagine having any problems here. But if we have any, or if any upgrades or any like thoughts need to come out of this little brain, I will see you guys in a quick sec. There are a lot of minions spawning. 957 at wave 9. That's going to be the crazy thing. It's just how long these combat waves end up taking, I feel like, in the future. But other than that, I'm just going to be running around, spamming upgrades. That spider spawned right in front of me and just died instantaneously. I'm also really curious how fast. I'm going to be spamming through waves pretty quick here. Actually, I probably do want to take the time to open each chest. I think. I'm not sure. I'll have to decide on that in a sec, but I'm curious how long this will take. It's gonna be a while. I think I started this map at around 9. I want to say 9:30, 9:40 a.m. somewhere around that time in my time zone as I'm recording. We'll see how long it takes. I'll check. We'll time check at the very end. All right, there is that wave complete. 9 out of 25. We have a long way to go. 15 waves ahead of us after this, but we're looking pretty strong so far. I can't imagine seeing any issues until around at least wave 20 or so, but last time I feel like I did a map like this, I was also pretty confident about that, and I feel like things kind of went wrong a little earlier than that, so we'll have to play it by ear. 126 mythicals on the ground is pretty nice to see. Once I jump into this next wave, I'll get a fair bit of mana added to my pool, which is always nice when I've been spending so much for upgrades recently, as well as around 550k or so. Let's see on the other heroes. Well, yeah, around 500k or so XP per hero so far, which is nothing crazy, but every little bit adds up, especially over so many waves. Let me jump over and put an upgrade on this tower buff beam, the most important thing to upgrade. Then we'll jump into the next wave. Wave 10 here, the first difficulty increase we'll see. We'll end up seeing a difficulty increase at wave 15, 20, and then I don't know if you actually see a difficulty increase at 25. I'm not 100% sure, but I got so much mana there. Back to spamming upgrades. All right, wave 10 was absolutely crushed, so I didn't even show you guys the victory screen, but here we are jumping into wave 11. What I specifically want you to look at is the bottom right-hand corner so we can see how much mana I gain, and I think it's that mana times 4, like per character. So I'm going to press Control-G here, jump into it, and it looks like it's going to be, show me the number, 40 million, 40 mana, so it's 120, if my math is correct? No, 160, right? 40 times 2, 80 times 2, yeah. I just can't. I'm terrible at math. It's a good thing I can sit here and play Dungeon Defenders. Yeah, 160 million mana. That's a lot from that one wave. I mean, that's a 1/10 of a billion. So 10 waves like that, you get a billion mana. I mean, that can be poofed. To be fair, a billion mana can literally be poofed away in a second when you're upgrading stuff. But I'm very frugal with it. I am so slow and scarce when it comes to actually pumping my mana into upgrades. So it's good to see numbers like that to allow myself to be like, oh, you know what? Maybe it's okay if I spend a billion. I can gain that back in an hour or so. Another wave complete. That is wave 11, I believe. It's so nice to see in the top right-hand corner 100 out of 100 defense units and 100 out of 100 minion units. Doesn't really matter. It's just satisfying. Just satisfying. Just nice to see. I'm going to pop I think there's 4 chests that spawn on this map. I'm going to pop all 4 chests and then just jump into this next wave. Let's pump upgrades before I do that. I really am just trying. That's my main job right now, is just pumping upgrades. I want everything to be somewhat equally leveled so that I can go ahead and like 3-star everything all around the same time at the very end. It just feels more satisfying to me like that. All right, here's the last upgrade. Let me just quickly put it in something. Sure. Okay, we're going to go ahead and quickly jump into this next wave. Bottom right-hand corner, watch that number. Multiply that number times 4. 42 million. So once again, around 160, maybe like 165 mil mana from that wave. 2,400 minions coming in, by the way, on only wave 12. And there is a level up as well. And I wasn't paying attention, but a level up in live time on the barbarian, kind of nice, putting up to level 85, I believe, after this, which is kind of nice. I'm really just running around smacking things and trying to pump upgrades wherever I can. Run and pump. That's the strategy. The wyverns are also flooding in from the door gates, which is pretty interesting to see. Around 10 minions or so, 5 minions or so left here. This ogre, fair bit of HP. Not quite. I don't know if he was being ticked down there yet from the strength drain, or he had a lightning immunity, so I don't know if he was actually being hit there for a sec, but gets taken down there. Tons of mana. So much mana on the ground. It's actually kind of crazy. So I'm taking my time a little bit. I probably could, if I really wanted to, I could just spam through, honestly, and probably be fine. I'll probably have plenty of mana for upgrades. I probably don't need to be this, I guess, cross my T's, dot my I's. I could be a little more loosey-goosey about this, but it feels satisfying. I think survivalist game mode is very, very completionist. Sometimes part of the fun is being inefficient. Part of the fun is just running around and just completely leveling everything up and completely making sure you do everything, even if it's not needed. All right, I believe that's all the upgrades I could do. I'm going to jump into the next wave, get some quick heals. These aura stacks did lose a bit of their HP. I'll try to get 3 stars on those here where possible. 2,700 minions coming in on wave 13 out of 25. I'm My characters are all getting a fair bit of... I forgot to level... Oh, I did forget, like a goofball, to actually do the level up on my barbarian. But it's not that big of a deal, to be fair. I'm mostly just chilling on the barb, just running around, put whatever I can into it, like extra effort. But I don't need that level up. I don't need those stats, so we'll be okay. The combat waves are honestly going a fair bit quicker than I would have expected for 2,700 minions. Like... that wasn't too bad. That was not too shabby. Getting some nice upgrades around on everything. A few things fully 3-starred, like these archers over here. These guys still need 3 stars. The ones over to the left still need 3 stars. Now we can pump our upgrades into our barbarian. That's awesome to see. I'm probably just going to go ahead and dump into probably just hero damage, I guess. Hero damage seems to be the key from this point. Maybe one of the stances, honestly, would have been nice. Lightning stance probably could use some... I don't know. Lightning stance already feels so strong. I don't think it needs like upgrades or more damage. The biggest thing is just if the enemies have lightning resistances is the big thing that like holds it back, but can't really do much about that. So besides strength drain aura and trying to have those set up wherever possible. So I'm gonna go grab whatever mana possible, pop these chests. I mostly do just want to pop the chests, and if I have some mana on the ground, it's mostly fine. I'm gonna 3-star whatever I can here. If I leave some mana on the ground heading into the wave, that's fine. I don't really mind that. I more so just care about popping the chest to make sure I can consume those items for the mana. So let's go pop this bad boy and this. If we start seeing gear drops that are actually useful at some point, I'd be pretty surprised, but we'll keep an eye out for it. So wave 14 out of 25 here. This map is going a lot faster than it feels like other ones in the past. I don't know if it's because of the... placement, like it's really hard for minions to get stuck. They kind of just end up making their way around these corners. I don't know if it's because the map is like a little bit smaller, a little bit simpler in comparison to like things like servants quarters. Like servants quarters where it had so many like nooks and crannies where things just couldn't really flood to the crystals fast enough to die hilariously, right? Whereas this feels like they can just sprint towards it and just get taken out and chained up by lightning towers, so they're just dying before they can even leave the doors. I think I'm fully out of green level ups now, if that makes sense. We're only at orange stars, aka 1 stars and 3 stars. So that's kind of cool. We're fully past, I think, the lowest level. I guess that makes it so the lowest cost. We just have 3 stars to do. The lowest cost upgrade is now 1,220 mana, which is I mean, it's a good thing. It's good progress. I'll just keep getting fat stacks of full mana and keep dumping it into 1 upgrade at a time. Just slowly 3-starring everything, 1 piece at a time. Go grab this nice blue crystal, come down here, put a 3-star into this archer minion. Why the hell not? I do have to keep an eye out. See that strength drain aura? I do got to keep an eye out because those are the auras are getting drained, even though all the aura stacks are 3-starred. I've got to keep repairing those every so often just because there's so many minions in them at all times draining down their stats. I also think that now every single lightning tower and possibly deadly strike tower and possibly tower buff beam, yeah, every single tower buff beam, all my most important towers are now 3-starred. Every deadly strike, every lightning, every tower buff beam. Only thing that needs 3 stars now are all the different archer minions and the hermit walls. That's it, the web walls. And there's that wave complete, wave 14 out of 25. We do have a difficulty increase coming up here with wave 15 out of 25. That'll be interesting to keep an eye on to see if it actually gets significantly difficult. We do get our wave 15. I always forget about it now. It's so funny that used to be like the goal when doing these maps, but there's our wave 15 survival pet. You get 1 at wave 15 and 1 at wave 25 when you actually defeat the map in full. So I'm gonna go around and pick up all the mana that I can. Just get so much mana. So back to there's full. We'll upgrade that web wall. Both web walls are now 3-starred. Now once I go ahead and get everything 3-starred, I might be able to just, I'm going to be honest, I might be able to just AFK and make thumbnails or something, or do, this is the beauty of, my favorite, I always say it all the time, my favorite part of Dungeon Defenders is putting in the time and the effort into a map, getting totally set up, and then allowing yourself to just relax. Like, you kind of get to reap the fruits of your labor. Let's go ahead and jump into the next wave here, though. Bottom right-hand corner, keep an eye on that mana number to see how much we gain. 69 million times 4. So basically 70 million times 4. That is 280 million mana gained in that wave. That is, what is that, 120 million more mana per wave post wave 15 or so? That it's only going to get more insane. I wonder if we'll reach a point where we're gaining I wonder if we'll reach a point where I'm gaining 1 billion mana per wave. Like, you would need 250 million per screen. I guess we're probably not close to that if I'm at 70 million right now. I don't think we'll reach that on this map, but Maybe I would guess the highest we'll see is maybe 500 million per wave, which is still amazing. Half a bill mana per wave. I also just might be able to, I might be able to 3-star everything on this wave. That would be pretty amazing. There is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over there. I'm trying to count, but it's a little difficult when I'm constantly running around grabbing mana. But I would guess 10 or less towers need full 3-star. I would say around 10 or so, which might be doable in this wave of 3,300 minions. All right, I think this archer is the final 3-star in this top section, in this front section. I think everything over here towards crystal number, I don't even know what you would call this crystal. River crystal? Is this? I would call this river crystal, and then I would call this like gate crystal. That'd be my two nicknames, I guess, that I'm making up on the spot. Let's go grab all this mana. A lot of it went through the floor. I just missed out on a fair bit, but that's okay. Other than that, last archer. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 more level ups. Only 3 more upgrades until we are fully done upgrading everything for this map. Everything being 3-starred. We almost did it. We might have the mana after the wave is over, to be fair. Yeah, but I don't think we're going to. Yeah, we're not going to quite get everything 3-starred in the middle of the waves. But we've got one more upgrade. Are you kidding me? If I was a little faster, I might have been able to do that challenge, but that's okay. Jumping into wave 16 here. That one felt a bit longer. Like that difficulty increase to wave 15. A few more chip damage was done to certain towers. And it definitely took a bit longer to complete, but I don't think we're in no fear of dying. We're in no fear of not being able to complete it due to that small difficulty spike. Let's go grab. We're almost at enough mana. That's kind of perfect. Picking up these last 2 chests will give us just enough mana to go ahead and pump our final 3-star. There we go. Every single thing, every single tower on the entire map should all be 3-star upgraded now. I'm going to repair whatever I can. But I think at this point, this is where I actually swap over with my little 80 mana. I'm going to swap over to my summoner and essentially just phase out once I get max mana, but I'll phase out once I get max mana, but until then I'll stay in, and then I'll just occasionally I'm going to AFK, chill for a bit, get some work done, and then occasionally pop a flash heal. And that is the beauty of setting up and having good tower builds in Dungeon Defenders. Let's jump into wave 16 out of 25, plus the book animation never gets old. I alt-tabbed a little too long, and when I alt-tabbed back in, I had beaten the wave. That was the first wave where I alt-tabbed out. I wasn't even playing the game for the entire time, and I was able to beat it. I love tower defense games so freaking much sometimes. I enjoy it. Maybe that's honestly a really interesting discussion, is like, do you enjoy that style of play? Do you enjoy being able to AFK your video games? A lot of people say, oh, why would you even want that? Why do that? You're not even playing the game. How is that even fun? It's a little difficult to explain, but I think I have a decent understanding due to I played so much RuneScape as well, and I would do the same thing in that game sometimes. I like AFK ability in games when you're sacrificing something, right? The AFK method should never be the best method, right? If you're AFKing, ammonite crabs in RuneScape or something ridiculously AFK, right? You're earning less XP per hour than if you were to do something more efficient, if you were to do a different activity. And I feel like it's the same with Dungeon Defenders. Like I would be able to defeat this map quicker if I did certain things, but I also like that it's also rewarding. Dungeon Defenders, I feel like, is so good about, you've earned this. If you've made the right build, if you've built 4 characters in a way that I have, to build them specifically like this, to be fully invested into towers, and not really being offensive attackers, except for my barbarian, I guess. If you've built 4 characters like this, if you set up the perfect build, if you build like this, blah, 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 if you spend the first 15 waves upgrading, then yes, sure, you can spend the next 10 waves AFK if you have the stats high enough as well. Like, there's so many prerequisites, and I don't know, I enjoy it. I enjoy the passivity. I enjoy the reaping the rewards. I enjoy the passive progression. I think I really, really enjoy multitasking. I think a lot of us in this generation really, really enjoy multitasking, and I feel like I would rather almost multitask, play this game, make thumbnails, script a video, do other things on the side and multitask than just focus up. And there's plenty, to be fair, there are plenty of maps. I mean, check my last episode. There are plenty of maps in Dungeon Defenders where I need to full focus. And if I don't, I just can't beat it. So I think Dungeon Defenders has the perfect mix of, if you want to take it full focus, you can do so. If you want to play passively and AFK a bit, you can do so. I think that is honestly the recipe for extremely successful game, is being able to play that game no matter how you want, based on your feelings that day, based on how stressful work was, based on how much time you have, based on how much energy you have, how much do you want to put it, I guess the only lack of flexibility Dungeon Defenders has is I don't think there's that many maps or that many things you can do that are short, that take little time. To be fair, you can weave in like wave 1 Tinkerer's Lab runs, right? Like you could, if you only have if you play Dungeon Defenders on your lunch break, I guess you could weave in some wave 1 runs of certain maps. So kind of, but I would love to see, honestly, I guess more bursty style challenges, but but those will never be AFKable. So I don't know. It's a whole discussion. It's a whole thing. I'm going to quit yapping for a sec, and I'll see you guys at wave 18. Also, I do really want to make the obligatory, I guess, qualification. I guess now it's a post conversation. It's more of a suffix. I don't know. I'm not that good at this game. I mostly consider myself a new player, even though I have around 300 hours or so now. There are so many more people whose opinion carries a lot more weight in Dungeon Defenders, and I'm a big advocate of constantly quoting that, constantly qualifying. I don't know everything, and I have so much to learn, and I sort of just share my feelings in these videos, but I don't want you guys to think that this game should change around my feelings. I feel like there are many other players whose feelings should be taken and accounted for much before mine. Another AFK wave completed. We're going to jump into wave 18 out of 25 here. I didn't even open the chest. You know what? I should go around and at least do that really quick. I did get 60 mana per character without even opening the chest there, so that's cool to see, but I'm going to go try to pop these chests. I should be able to do it mostly safely. The aura stacks just add so much safety with the ensnare aura and the strength drain aura. My summoner has very little HP at 40k, but I should be able to survive. Yep, while popping the chest. There we go. Perfect. All right, another wave complete. You guys know the spiel. I'm pretty much AFKing. I'm going to phase back in to pop open these chests. Hopefully keep an eye out for anything higher than mythical. I have only seen mythical gear so far. No transcendence, no supremes, anything like that. I would go ahead and actually look over transcendence if I get a drop to see if it's worth keeping, but I thought that might have been, it was the purple gem tricked me. Nope, nothing. That's it. We're gonna jump right into wave 19. Easy peasy, nothing to even talk about. We're just absolutely crushing this, and it feels good. It's passive progress, making gains, completing things, achieving things, trying to go for that all survival maps achievement. All right, wave 19 was complete, but this is where things get a little bit interesting because wave 20 is going to have a decent difficulty increase. I also do have a accessory on the ground, and it's subtle disguise. So you know what? I'm gonna store it. I like it. I like the goofy look. Why not? We'll go ahead and keep that for personal reasons, for very, very important reasons that will for sure never get destroyed or sold to the bank for mana in the future, for space, for other actually good gear. Definitely not. I would never do that for sure. Okay. Make sure everything is healed up really quick. Everything is max upgraded, of course. I've been alt tapped for so long, I kind of forgot what I was doing in the game. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's head over here. Let's figure out. I think I just want to be on my mate or my summoner. I want to keep an eye out. I do want to, let's phase shift out before we jump into this. I think I just jump into the next wave. Keep an eye on that bottom right-hand corner once again. 5 million, by the way, 5 million. Oh, even more than that, my mage or my series, someone's gained at Santa's team. My mage has gained 9 million, almost 10 million XP, and even gotten a level up, which is amazing. So I do want to keep an eye out though and see what this wave looks like, since it is going to be a difficulty increase. I am going to be honest, I thought that I was going to lose. I really actually thought that since this crystal took so much damage, wave 1, I thought it was eventually going to get beaten down and I was going to lose. But it's looking like I'll be fine. It's looking like I will actually be able to complete this map. Let's watch the Goblin Copter come in. How much HP does it have? 536k on the Goblin Copter. One archer, a few archers smacking at it. The Ogre comes down himself at around 2 million HP. Both Ogres getting killed on the staircase. They're not even reaching the second staircase. I don't think we're in any danger, fellas. I think we're good. I think we're cooking. I'm going to keep getting other work done, making thumbnails, and hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day and possibly even defending your own dungeon. It is kind of interesting, though, the minion count. I think the minion count actually reduced. Wasn't it at 3,500 at some point? I don't know if they're putting in stronger minions, but less of them to caveat that, because I actually don't know what happened there. I'm shocked to see that. I think the minion count, not only did it stagnate and stop going up, I believe it went down, but I could be wrong. We'll see how many minions are coming in on wave 25. So we're at 3,384 right now. Okay, I did actually already heal a few things, but these towers are taking... This is after a flash heal. Oh my... It's the snot bubbles from the ogres. Okay. I might actually have been smart to leave defense units to put up a Series EV. Series EV can set up a like virtual wall that prevents projectiles. So arguably I should have done that here. But I think it's also fine if I just pay a little bit of attention and throw up some flash shields every so often. I should also be fine. So I'm not too worried about actually losing, but it's something to be aware of. It's definitely something to be aware of. I'll have to pop off more flash shields than I've been doing the past few waves. So there was a meaningful difference. There was a meaningful difference that gives me a non-0% chance to lose from wave 19 to 20. So I think it's at least worth talking about. Let's go pop every single chest, pop all the flash shields that I possibly can. Pop each chest, not seeing any pieces. Oh, I was about to say, there it is. One piece of Transcendent. I'm going to store that. I mean, it seems not bad, honestly. Where is there's also a Cursed piece, which usually means an accessory, but I don't see it on the map. It's probably not that good. We are just going to jump into the next wave. Wave 21 out of 25. 4 more left, fellas. There's wave 21 out of 25 complete. We've got a few more waves to go. Got to phase back in so I can pick up these chests, and I think we're just cranking forward, continuing on. Nothing like absolutely crazy happening. I'll keep an eye out for Transcendence, and as I say that, there is one. I think I just want to store all of these. I don't know if it's worth it, honestly. I don't know if I don't think it's worth it, but pop a flash heal here since I have the mana, and I'll wait for the cooldown as well. I'll go pop these 2 chests, this one into this one, and I think past that, just jump into the next wave. Boom, boom. Wave 22, fellas. We're getting it done. All right, typical stuff between each wave at this point. Everything healed. I flash healed whatever I could. We do get a piece of Transcendent. We'll go ahead and store that without even checking the stats. We'll pop the 2 other chests as quickly as possible. We will phase out, and then we'll jump into wave 23 out of 25. At this point, I'm just trying to push through. I'm trying to get things done, get things completed, make that progress, baby. There we go. Another wave complete. One of the final waves complete even. We're going to phase back in really quick. We're going to check these chests. We're going to store any pieces of Transcendent. And then I'm going to go to jump into wave 24 to 25, the final wave before the final wave of this map completing. It's crazy. Like, I don't want to say probably, I won't play this map again for an extremely long time. We won't be seeing Hall of Court until I play it on Ruthless difficulty. I think it's something to factor in, something to mentally think about when you're completing achievements like this and just barreling through accomplishments. Let's jump into wave 24, fellas. Good luck on whatever you're doing today. There we go, boys. Wave 24 out of 25 complete. Doing pretty well. Final wave coming up here, which is awesome. I want to go ahead and quickly do this level up on the mage because I feel like it's cool. So we're going to dump this into... I want to dump it into attack rate. I know it's hard to see on the screen now, but I have around 3,200 tower damage and around 1,600 attack rate. I want to go ahead and put it into attack rate and try to catch that up to the damage just a little bit. I've gained 14 million XP on the mage, around 7 million on the Series EV, and 7 million on the monk, and then 9.5 million on the summoner, which is really solid, honestly, XP in my opinion. All right, there is a Transcendent. I'm honestly probably not going to grab this. I have so many high-level pieces of like Huntress gear like this, and I just never use my Huntress, so it feels that is where I draw the line. I'll pick up most pieces of Transcendent, but for whatever reason, if it's like a Transcendent Huntress weapon where my Huntress is still level 74, I have like Supreme Ultimate level gear just sitting and waiting for my Huntress whenever it's ready. I don't see the need in picking that up. Transcendent Helmet, just stats are terrible. I probably shouldn't have picked up some of the Transcendent stuff that I picked up, but I was a little lazy about it. I just want to go grab it. That's not bad. Arguably, I mean, I'll store that, but maybe I'll release that later. There is a cosmetic here as well. I like picking up all cosmetics because they're just pretty rare, but I think I do have enough cosmetics, honestly, at this point to where it's probably not worth picking that up. But I still did because, I don't know, maybe I'm a hoarder. I'm a Dungeon Defender's hoarder. I've got a bit of a problem. Understandable. Fair enough. You know, aren't we all a little bit? Okay, let's go ahead and jump into my... Let me not phase out quite yet because I want to grab maximum mana, but other than that, let's phase out. And you know what? I'm just going to show you guys the final wave here. Wave 25 out of 25. Probably not the entire wave, but you haven't really seen what a combat wave looks like on this map in a quick sec. So let me just show you because I think it's something we get normalized to, but like all of these colors and animations and flashings on screen. I mean, this is nothing so far. Also, I want to show you how much damage these guys end up taking because I've been having to repair them. Look at all these kobolds up here. we get used to it as Dungeon Defenders players. But like, I look back to where I first started having our designs like this and started playing maps like this, and it is jarring. It is jarring. It's shocking. It's overwhelming. The amount of animation. People say that, like, when I love Overwatch, not so much nowadays, but people always said that Overwatch was like a colorful game and had so much going on. And how do you even tell what's going on with Overwatch? If you showed those same people Dungeon Defenders, their brains might actually just explode on the spot. This game is pretty crazy to look at, especially if you don't even if you understand what's happening to a decent extent. It's still weird to look at. Let alone, like, look at these taking a bit of chip damage. If you just showed someone who wasn't even that familiar with video games, Dungeon Defenders, it would just be a mind-melting experience. I'm gonna go pop a flash heal on these, but I want to show you guys they do take a fair bit of chip damage. Like, this is only 33% done with the wave. I mean, less than that. Honestly, about a quarter, about 25% done with the wave, and they've taken some serious chips. So I do have to pop out a fair bit of flash heals at this point. There is one piece of Transcendent on the ground. There's also one piece of, I mean, this has got to get picked. It's a monocle. Come on. Clearly, that is of the highest importance. We're going to phase in. We're going to risk death simply to pick that up because it is just obviously that important. I took a lot of damage there. I actually lost. I got half shot. I got put down to around 24,000 HP there off one Odor Snotball. That was a little risky for that monocle, but you know what? Always worth it. Anyways, I'm about, let's say 40% done this wave. I think you guys have seen enough of the flashing lights and colors. I'll see you guys at the very end once we fully complete another map on survival. All right, here it is, coming to a close. Around 5 or so minions left to defeat. Ogres getting smacked down by archers from long ranges left and right. I'm going to pop another flash shield because why the hell not? This ogre getting absolutely slaughtered by lightning towers and archers alike. These deadly strike towers, look at this. Taking a fair bit of damage. I had to keep an eye on them. They do get chipped down, especially like those mage towers. They just don't have the HP that other towers do. I haven't pumped those stats into them. 3 pieces of Transcendent on the ground. Another giraffe, 4 giraffes even, on a treadmill, added to the collection once again. Around 10 million XP gained on the Summoner, 7.5 on the Monk, 7 mil on the Series EV, and 15 on the Mage, just because those lightning towers truly get around and do so much damage. I'm gonna check out these pieces of Transcendent. I'm not even gonna once as soon as I see Huntress Weapon, don't care. Huntress Weapon, don't care. Gonna move on. Not a fan. Not worried about it. However, a sword like this, God, it looks so cool. God, it looks so cool. I almost want to jump on it, but we're gonna dodge it. I mean, I gained a lot of mana. Wait a minute. I just realized my total mana pool. You can see the bottom right, 31 billion. Wow. I'm gonna return to Avon really quick and go see that a little better. I'm pretty sure I started this with somewhere around 26 billion. Is that right? Guys, double checking the VOD or double checking the video itself, but I'm pretty sure I gained around 6 billion mana in that one wave. Just doing something that I was already doing for like a completionist aspect, trying to complete all the maps on survival. Like that, I wasn't doing that for the mana. I wasn't doing it for the XP, but it was still solid for those things. And that wraps up another adventure, another chapter of Dungeon Defenders completed. If you guys enjoy these videos, make sure to always like them. It just helps me out tremendously and lets me know you're actually enjoying the content. If you dislike a certain episode, feel free to dislike it to let me know what you want to see. Leave comments, feedback, suggestions on maps to do in the future. And I will see you guys later. Have a great day and defend your dungeons. Peace, Reno. Yo, thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video, and a huge shout out to everybody listed here who goes above and beyond, supports the Patreon, and allows me to focus more on Dungeon Defenders content. Thanks again. Have a great day.